Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dreamleapers Inspiration. I'm your host, Harriet Cole, so very happy to be with you today. I hope you are doing really well and that you've been enjoying each of the moments that you've been paying attention to. Like we have 24 hours and all the minutes that are filling those 24 hours of activity, if we are so blessed of living. But what do we do with that time? When you think about it, how do you spend your time? What do you do with the time that you have each day? Think about it for a minute. I really want you to think about it. If you look back at yesterday, whatever yesterday was for you, what did you do during that day? When did you get up? What did you do when you got up? What was the first action that you took after you were fully awake? What are the highlights of your day yesterday? Think about it. What defined your day? What did you do that was positive? What did you do that was challenging? What did you do that was unconscious? What did you do that was conscious, that was thoughtful? How did you spend your day? Now, for some people, yesterday was Sunday. For some, Sunday is a day of rest, a day of rejuvenation, a day of prayer, a day of thoughtfulness and meditation. Is that how you spent your day? For some, Sunday is a day to get all the chores done. It can be whatever it is for whoever you are. And for some of you, yesterday wasn't Sunday. What did you do yesterday? How did you fill your time? I want you to think about that. And then as you take a look at the different things that filled your time, that filled your day, I want you to step back. And now it's time for a different thought. What is the dream that has been stirring inside of you for some time? My belief is that we all have dreams, that there's something inside of us that says, this wants to come forth, this creativity, this action, this opportunity, whatever it is, this project, there's something inside of each of us that is stirring up and that wants to come forth. What is it for you? This is separate from however you spent your day yesterday, or perhaps even for the many days of the previous week or month or year. What is the dream inside of you? This is Dreamleapers after all. And what we do is to help people access and activate their dreams. I believe we all have dreams. I said that. But what do we do with them? How many of us actually take the time to nurture our dreams? And my intention is to help you, to push you to get to the point where you are activating that dream, that you are nurturing, that you are taking it to the next level. And that takes effort and focus, which is why today's Dreamleapers inspiration is called Work Your Vision. Work your vision. The dream that you have is manifesting, just even if it's just inside of you right now and hasn't come through. It's your vision. It's what you see for yourself. It's what you see for your world. It's your vision. Now, how many times do we have these momentary visions? Wow, that's a great idea. Whatever that might be that comes up, it bubbles forth, and we're like, oh my goodness, that's it. That's the one. That's the one that I want to manifest. All right, if you tell yourself the truth, how many times have you had that thought? That right there, that's the vision. And you haven't done anything with it. How many times have you had that burst of creative energy and excitement? And that is it. That's the thing. That's what I need to be doing. And then 5, 10, 15, 20 years go by. I'm not saying this to make you feel bad, to make you feel sad, to feel depressed, nothing like that. I'm saying it because I know it to be true. I, who created Dreamleapers, have dreams that came to me. I mean, one in particular, at least 10 years ago. And I have not manifested it yet. I've done little things, but not enough. And therefore, it doesn't exist. It's not an offering to the world yet because I haven't completed it. So I say this as one who's part of this community of dreamers. Many of our dreams stay in the clouds, stay deep inside of our beings, and do not see the light of day. Certainly do not end up being brought forth fully manifested, because in order for that to happen, we have to do the work. Work your vision. I wonder how many of you feel like you do that. How many of you work your vision? I have a couple of friends who I'm telling you inspire me all the time because they do it. And I want to say to you that often, if you feel like your resources are limited, and the resources could be time, money, energy, space, just space to breathe and think, whatever the resources are that you think you might need in order to manifest your vision, to get to the next level, if you feel that they are limited, that is actually a time when I believe you can dive deeply and go for it, because it's constriction, it's discomfort that often gets us to take action. That may seem counterintuitive, but it has proven itself to be true. One of my friends who has manifested so many visions has had tremendously limited resources, financial resources in particular. And I know I've talked to a lot of people who say, if I only had enough money, I would do whatever the thing is, whatever the vision is that they have. And I've discovered I don't buy that. I don't buy that for me. I don't buy it for you. You can get creative without a lot of money and make that vision manifest. I interviewed Damon John from Shark Tank, the founder of Fubu, recently. And Fubu became a multi-million-dollar business, very, very successful business during the height of hip hop. And because of building that business, he was able to go on and do all of the things that he does today. And he started that business with $40. Think about this, $40. If all you have is $40 to invest in something, I am sure right now you're thinking, I can't do anything with that. He said he took his $40 and his telephone and his energy, and he knew, even though he didn't have a lot of money, he knew a lot of people. He called all of the people he knew with this powerful pitch that he had because he was so passionate about his idea. And the $40 grew and grew and grew and didn't grow seamlessly. He said he made and lost money at least 3 times. He was completely broke at least 3 times as he was building his business. Same, I interviewed Tyler Perry recently. He is a billionaire. When he was pursuing he said he had one dream, and it was his first play. His soul told him that he had to make that play successful, or there would be no success in his life. He worked odd jobs. He did all kinds of things that had nothing to do with that play. He ended up living in his car because he did not have enough money to make that play manifest and pay for an apartment. And he never gave up. He worked his vision. He worked his vision. He stayed laser focused. And when I asked him what advice he would give to others, to other entrepreneurs, to other people who may have a dream, but they're not sure if they can get to the next level, he said, first of all, I'm not telling anybody to do exactly what I did. He said, it may not have worked. But what he did recommend to all of us is that if you have a dream, if you have something burning inside of you saying, this deserves to live, this deserves to manifest. He said, if you have that inside of you, that burning desire, go for it and see where it takes you. He said it may not make you a billionaire. It may not become a blockbuster play leading into films, etc. It may just be something that makes you happy. It may be something that brings others a little bit of joy. It may be something that doesn't work. But if you see it through so that you can identify what actually is working about your dream, about your vision, when you take the time to work it, to make it happen, to get it to the point of launching and manifesting, you are going to feel so good about yourself because you took action. You didn't just sit around dreaming about what might happen. You made it happen. I hope you heard that because those are just two examples, two people that I recently interviewed, and I wanted to tell you about them because they are incredibly successful. And each of them has said that you have to be ready to make mistakes, to fail, to fall down, not just once, not just twice, over and over again. Life happens, things happen. Like during the pandemic, I asked them also, what did you do? How did you manage? And in the case of Damon John, he has multiple businesses now, and he said he had to close 30% of his businesses. That meant letting go of 30% of his employees. That was painful. He said it was painful because he cares for his people. These were his babies, these little visions. Either they were businesses that he had invested in or things that he had started himself. Whatever they were, in the pandemic, he had to right size and streamline. And that meant not every aspect of his vision was going to be able to stay alive. This is where he is in his evolution, and these were the decisions he had to make. Tyler Perry, different story. During the pandemic, he set up a city, tent city, on his studios in Atlanta, and he got a doctor, disease specialist to help create a safe environment for his team, and he never shut down production. So he never had to fire anybody. Vision. In that case, it was the vision of how do I keep the dream in production and take care of my people. Two examples of two incredibly successful people. I tell them to you so that you can think about yourself. What is your vision? What is that dream inside of you that you believe deserves to be manifested now? And what are you doing about it? Remember, I started this broadcast asking you, what did you do yesterday? How did you spend your time from the moment you woke up? What did you do? In the course of whatever you did it include your dream? Did it include your vision for this manifestation that is within you? Did you spend 1 minute working on it? Did you spend 10 minutes working on it? My friend Jocelyn Cooper told me years ago that if you spend an hour a day working on your dream, nurturing your dream, cultivating your dream, it will manifest. Did you spend an hour yesterday working on your dream? 1 hour? Did you? I'm challenging you because I bet you if you tell the truth, many of you did not. Maybe you thought about it. Maybe it was a fleeting thought. Oh yeah, there's that thing that I want to work on. I really want to do that, but I got busy. I got distracted. One more day and I didn't do it. Do any of you feel like that? That even though you may have had a beautiful day, you didn't give an hour of that day to your dream, to your vision? To work your vision means that you take the time. You put it on your calendar. You know, I believe in lists. Make your daily list of to-dos for today. Make your week. What are the things that must happen in the course of a week? Day by day, hour by hour. Put your vision, your dream on your list. Now, a lot of times people only put their work responsibilities on their list. Or if they have family responsibilities that absolutely must be handled, perhaps they'll put those on the list. Very rarely do we put ourselves on the list, certainly not first. I started years ago putting things for myself on my list because I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget. Like, I would be so busy that I wouldn't remember to drink water. I was, oh, and then you realize how important water is to sustaining your being. So I would write on my list, drink water. I don't write it as much now because I remember, drink water. I practice meditation, meditate. The top of the list, meditate, drink water, move your body, work on your vision. What if you put those things on your list every day and you check them off? Already on the list, you're going to have whatever the tasks are that you have to do for your job, whether it is you working for someone else or for yourself. We put those things, we prioritize our work as we should. But what about the things that fulfill our soul, take care of our physical being? Are those on your list? I want to know, are those things on your list? And yeah, Melody says discipline. Yes. If you create a discipline for your vision, then what's going to happen? It will manifest. It really will. You may not become Tyler Perry, a billionaire, but what will happen is that you will have the successful understanding of manifesting the vision. So, as often, I found a quote. Let me tell you the quote that I found. It says, vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world. This is from Joel A. Barker. Let me read this to you again. It's a good one. Vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world. So let's break this down. The first sentence, vision without action is merely a dream. It is. You know, I love sitting on the beach. Right now, the beach is not far from me. You can sit on the beach or sit in a rocking chair or wherever it is that you sit and just pass the time imagining, what if? Oh, I've got this great idea. What if? What if? What if I did this? Wouldn't it be amazing if this could happen in my life? Oh my goodness, what if? Now, the what ifs, I think, are pretty amazing and grand and expansive, like the big open sky. But if you just have the what if and that's it, you know, you're laying on the beach, you're rocking in the chair, you're napping, and basically you aren't doing more. It's just there and it sort of flies by. Vision without action is merely a dream. Now, you know I believe in dreams, but I'm not for the dream that just sits there or dissipates and nothing ever happens to it because you didn't take the time to nurture it. Vision without action is merely a dream. How will you feel at the end of this year, which is coming fast and furious? How will you feel at the beginning of next year if something that was just burning in your soul to leap forth, to be manifested, to exist for you and your world? What if at the end of this year, in a couple of months, you go, oh, I didn't do it. I kept thinking about it and then I would forget. And I thought about it again and I forgot. Oh, what if that happens to you? How will you feel? What if after this engagement right now, this Dreamleapers inspiration engagement, work your vision? What if you don't do it? What if you go, oh, I just got too busy. I got distracted. How are you going to feel? Now, contrary to the what if, let's ask a different what if. What if you decided to spend an hour a day working on your dream? Now, there's a woman, I told you about two men, Isabel Gonzalez Whitaker. She and I are on the board of an organization called Encore.org, and she now is COO of All In Together, my friend Lauren Leader's organization. Amazing organization that helps women to get involved in the political system. But Isabel, on her own, is quite a visionary, and she's the daughter of a visionary. So her mother immigrated from, is it Cuba? Do I have it right? When she was a young woman, and became an activist in Florida, helping immigrants to have a better life. And Isabel created a park, established a park in her mother's name in Miami, because she felt like her mother needed to be honored. And she had been honored by different organizations. She received the Purpose Prize from AARP. She was honored in a number of different ways, but her daughter wanted to honor her. And what she did, and why I thought of it just now, is because Isabel said, I think she focused on 20 minutes a week. It was short. I say an hour a day. Isabel gave 20 minutes a week until things started moving more quickly, and then she added more time, but it started as 20 minutes a week. The park exists. The park has funding from the city. Why? Because Isabel practiced discipline. It wasn't my formula, an hour a day. 20 minutes a week every week got her to her goal. Pick a focal point. Give yourself an allowance of time that you will devote to your dream, to your vision, every day, every week, every month. Be disciplined about practicing that, and then see what happens. I promise you there will be results of some kind. Your focus could be, like Damon John said, I have $40, but I have a Rolodex. I've got a lot of people I can call. Isabel is a journalist first. She knew how to call, how to cold call people in the government, how to do research, how to figure things out. And so she used all of those resources that she had learned throughout her career and through her mother's tenacity and strength that she also has for herself. And she made this happen. The point is, you have to work your vision. You cannot just sit back and go, So let's look at the second sentence, which says, action without vision just passes the time. Action without vision just passes the time. Okay, think about that. Think about yourself. Go back to yesterday. How did you spend your day? I asked you, what is the first thing you did when you got up? Well, what was it? Was it mechanical or was it thoughtful? Some people get up and, it's the big stretch to open their lungs and invite oxygen into their being. Sometimes they do exercise, they'll do neck rolls. A lot of us jump up and go to the bathroom. Some of us look at our phones. What did you do yesterday when you got up? And how did you spend your time? What did you do with your time? This quote says, let me go back to it. This quote says, action without vision just passes the time. Action without vision just passes the time. Have you ever had the experience like the day ended? And you're like, how in the world did that happen? How did I get from point A to point C? Now, sometimes you could be working your vision and the time is zipping by and you're like, wow, look at what has happened. Sometimes it is because you were so immersed in your dream and making it come true that the time zip by. Got two friends I'll give you an example of. My one friend, BB Granger, is a retired dentist and a potter, an artist. I'm going to say for the past 20 years, she's been making pottery. And I spoke to her very recently because there was an art show in this community where I am right now. And she was working hard to make enough pieces to be able to offer them, just in general, but also for this event. And BB had an injury. She had a shoulder injury earlier this year, which made it impossible for her to make large things because her healing shoulder would not allow her to do it. Rather than full stop, oh, I can't do anything, I feel sorry for myself, can't do my work, she started making little things. What were the little things that she could make that did not hurt her body, but that allowed her to manifest her creativity? And so she made these beautiful small objects, many of them because she was focused. She was disciplined. I must do my work. I have to create this. It's got to come out of me and be an offering. And she was able to do that. Another friend of mine, Victoria, is retired, recently retired, but years ago she started making jewelry. And so she has, over the past few years, gone from making one type of jewelry to another. She's taking classes. She has had weekend classes throughout the summer that go 8 hours a day, Saturday and Sunday. Who does that? Someone who is working their vision. She realized she needed to learn more in order to get to the next level. And because that is what she chose to do, she committed to do, she's been focused on it, and she has been working her vision. Therefore, again, for this art show, she had quite a few beautiful pieces of jewelry to offer because she never lost focus. Work your vision. If you don't, the time is going to pass and it just passes as time passing, but not as something that's enriched. Okay, here's the best part of this quote from Joel A. Barker. Vision with action can change the world. Vision with action can change the world. Imagine it. So let's look at this whole quote. Thank you, Fallon, for putting it up. Vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world. So I just gave you two examples of women who've taken their vision and applied focus and discipline to their action and created a bounty of art that they were able to offer to their community on time. And that's another thing I want to focus on in the few minutes that we have left. Time. We talk about it always. Having a deadline is very helpful in accomplishing whatever task you put before you. In the case of my two friends, there was an art show. It was scheduled. We knew what the date was. They needed to have art available for that event because they didn't create the deadline. The deadline was created by somebody else. They were able to complete the work and participate in the show. If you can figure out how either you create a deadline for yourself, which is good if you will commit to it, and sometimes it's even better to have a deadline created based upon a need, based upon an event, based upon some kind of activity that you want to participate in, where your dream, your vision, the manifestation of that could be offered. It's so helpful. Have a deadline. I have writing deadlines all the time. I have broadcast deadlines all the time. I know I need to figure out what we're going to talk about for Dreamleapers Inspiration because I know when we're doing a broadcast. Figure out deadlines for yourself or that are in alignment with activities that will help you to work your vision up to the point where it needs to exist. You need to have something tangible to show. When you do that, you're going to feel so good about yourself because your vision will have taken form. Your vision can take flight. So I hope you will take this Dreamleapers inspiration, work your vision, and do just that. Work on it today. Work on it tomorrow. You are worth it. And if you work on it a little bit every single day, you will see what happens. It will grow. It will become clearer. You will figure out what your next step should be. And so I wish you a lot of joy and success as you work your vision. Until next time, have a great day and make it count. Namaste.